Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And today I have with me the energy of Master Buddha, who wants to offer us guidance back to peace. My understanding is that it'll be a very short discussion, and it will focus mostly on the idea of restoring yourself to peace. One of the things he came to me and said this morning is people are too outwardly distracted, that we are not inwardly centered enough to operate from a place where you are not disturbed by the world, where you can simply bear witness to what's going on. Good morning, Grace. Good to see you. Hello, Drusilla. Hello, JJ. Wonderful brand new day. Wonderful brand new moment. If I seem somewhat quiet, it's because I'm in this energy of peace today, of keeping the mind as active as possible. He says that you should spend at least an hour every day establishing peace in yourself, that it becomes a foundation upon which you stand wherever you go. It is not that difficult once you recognize the difference between yourself, your thinking mind, and your environment. When you are clear about the distinction between the body, the mind, and yourself, you can begin to engage peace as an active part of your being, which it is. You can be lost in the confusion of the mind and the distractions of the environment, but ultimately your being remains exquisitely as it always has been, as it is, and as it always will be. Restoring yourself to peace and the mechanisms involved in that are as simple as rain falling from the sky or as a flower blossoming in the field. You simply have to be that peace. Learning to recognize that there is a difference between your thoughts and yourself. Learning to recognize that there is a difference between yourself and your thoughts, yourself and your body. When you can turn away from thought, turn away from the senses, and do so sufficiently and consistently enough, the inevitable outcome is peace. The quiet mind does not require thought in order to exist. And the quiet mind is the only place from where authentic and real thinking can occur. Most of you are in thought, repeating and orchestrating, changing, and manipulating thought. But that is not thinking. Observing thoughts, manipulating thoughts, changing thoughts, this is not thinking. This is simply altering what is going on in your mind from what you remember. And if what you remember is disturbing or difficult or uncontrolled, then you will not have peace. The starting points for returning to peace are very simple. You must educate your body to stay still. You must place your body into a position where it does not get active or distracted, that you are able to keep it quiet. This is the first step. The simplest way to achieve this, of course, is by using your breath. When you are interacting with your body, which is interacting with this world, when you interact with your body, you are in a position of authority once you recognize that you are. That is to say, relax to the body. Relax. Relax and be still. To keep the body completely stationary, immovable, for a period of time. Do not allow its consciousness to take authority over you. Sit it down, keep it still, keep it quiet. Do not let it go hither and thither. Do not let your attention be distracted by the body, its eyes, its ears, its nose, its mouth, its sensations, as its sensations will keep you addicted to its way of being. But when you insist on it to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful, when you insist upon this with the body, it will eventually yield to you. It will yield to you and surrender. And not surprisingly, many individuals who begin the process of returning themselves to peace at the very beginning, when you train your body to be still, it will naturally go into a state that you would refer to as sleep. This state of sleep that the body is in is not the state you want to lose yourself in. You want to allow the body to be still and silent, unmovable for the period of time until the body is no longer distracting you. And you want to remain aware, alert, and conscious. You want to remain aware, alert, and conscious as the body remains still. If you've gotten this far where the body is still and no longer distracting you, you do not even allow an itch on your nose to cause the body to reacquire control over the process. You want to deny the body any of its impulses during this period of time, that it just remains stationary and still. The eyes closed, the attention inward, your attention inward. Do not allow the body to take you out into the sounds and the smells that it might still observe as you keep it stationary. And this is but the first step of training yourself back to peace, of restoring yourself to your natural state. The second step is equally as complex as the first step. Again, very few get to the position where they can sustain and maintain the body being undistracted. But once that is achieved, the second step becomes available to you in your return to peace, if you desire to return to peace. But you can also return to love, and you can return to compassion, and you can return to joy, and you can return to playfulness as you follow these simple steps. When the body is fully surrendered to your direction, that is immovable, it will not be distracted or disturbed by your environment, then the second step begins with the attention being brought to the place where there is thought and memory, anticipation, fear, any aspect of the thinking system, the thought system, the memory system. The same process then applies to that part of the being, the part of you that is remembering and analyzing, weighing, measuring, considering. You want to place that aside. And as you did with the body, in using the breath to establish that the body will remain still and unmovable and undistracted, you establish the same direction for your mind, that it remains still, unmovable, no thought, simply still and quiet. You use your breath, as you did for the body, to direct the mind into a non-thought state. This is not about not thinking. This is about non-thought state, non-remembering state, non-anticipation state. And while the mind and body are intimately connected, by settling the body first, you diminish the influence of the environment over your mind and begin to create a reduction in the level of thoughts that may be moving through your mind in the moments. Once you experience the body is still and the mind is getting quieter and quieter under your direction with your breath, you use the breath to direct your mind to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. You refuse to indulge your attention on any thought, on any memory, on any sensation, on any distraction. You refuse to let your attention go there. You pull it away. If the thought is about what is next, you pull your attention away from that. If your thought is about yesterday, you pull your attention away from that. If your thought is about a sensation in your body, you pull your attention away from that. As in getting your body to be immovable, you want your mind to become still and quiet and peaceful. And like the body, the mind will also seek to compete, to sustain and maintain control over you. It will want to wonder about all kinds of things and anticipate things and remember things. And you simply have to refuse allowing your attention to indulge those thoughts, those memories, those anticipations. Refuse to allow your mind to have thought. As thought is denied attention, that is, as the thoughts in your mind are denied attention, then the emotions, the sensations connected with those thoughts will likewise begin to diminish, so that the body will go deeper into this place of sustained authority, where the body is no longer active or functioning. It is simply still, immovable for this period of time. As the body being still and quiet assists in lessening the influence of thought in your mind, then your will to say to the mind, be still, be quiet, and the will to pull your attention away from thought and to pull your attention away from distraction. Your mind will quiet more and more. You can easily refuse to give attention to any emotion. You can easily refuse to give attention to any thought by pulling your attention away from it. You may choose to put your attention on the end of your nose, if that helps you to step away from thought. You can even put your attention on the concept of the space among the stars, the space that encompasses planets and galaxies and dimensions. Consider putting your attention only on empty space. Whenever thought tries to intrude upon your awareness, simply put your attention on empty space. Even the space between your hands, to put your attention only on the space between your hands, and to not allow the mind to measure the space or quantify the space, to simply feel the space. In that place of space, as the silence begins to increase and the mind diminishes because of your refusal to indulge your attention upon its thoughts and memories and anticipations, it too, like the body, will grow quieter, calmer, and more peaceful as your attention is not feeding it. You pull your attention away from the distractions of the flesh and the thinking mind, and you begin to experience the vibration of your own being, undisturbed by thought, undisturbed by flesh, undisturbed by anticipation, undisturbed by analysis. When you begin to experience yourself undistracted and undisturbed by the thoughts, by the sensations, by the memories, you move into a vibrational state of being. And in this vibrational state of being, there are different occurrences that will begin to happen to both your mind and body. As you establish yourself separately and distinctly from the thoughts and the body being that which is in command of your attention, the very nature of your being, as you grow closer to this thoughtless place, and I do not mean thoughtless in the sense of being disrespectful to anyone. I mean literally that your attention is not captivated by anything in your mind, anything from your memories, anything of your anticipations or your sensations. In that place, when your awareness begins to be differentiated, as you differentiate yourself from your mind and body, as you continue to do this, you begin to experience yourself as you are, as a being, as energy, as consciousness. The experience of yourself being alters and changes the function of mind and body. The nature and quality of your mind and body begin to undergo a fundamental change in how they will function as you redeem yourself to yourself. You may think of this as a resurrection of sorts, where you are no longer subjective to the sensations of the form or the thoughts in the mind. In this position of awareness, with thoughts being still and body being still, you begin to experience yourself as you truly are, not as the thoughts would tell you you are, not as the memories would tell you you are, not as your body would tell you you are. You begin to experience yourself as you are, as a blissful vibration of infinite peace. Consider those words. When you put your thoughts aside, your anticipations aside, your memories aside, and your body aside, when you put them gently aside, you become infinite and blissful peace. It is your state. It is your being. To be restored to peace gives you the opportunity to explore beyond what you currently understand. When you begin to divest yourself of your enmeshment with your thoughts and your physical organism, you move into the state of your being. If you're following along with what I'm saying, then you will be feeling this to some degree right now, that you can pull your attention away from thought, pull your attention away from emotion, pull your attention away from your body, to repose yourself into the center of your being, undisturbed and undistracted by thought or sensation. The you that you originally are, the one that came into this world initially as pure bliss, as pure being, connected to all that is and undistracted and undisturbed by none of it. You will return to this. but you will now have the benefit of being aware that you are aware. And so you have the contrast, the conflict with your mind and body as the mechanism by which you learn to reestablish yourself as your being. But these simple steps of pulling your attention away from the sensations and distractions of the body, pulling your attention from all thought, all anticipation, keeping your attention upon space. In space, there is nothing. In space, there is nothing. At least nothing that your mind can conceive of, or nothing that your body can experience. Space offers no distraction for the mind and body to keep you stuck in it. But space offers you the experience of being aware of your being aware of how you are being aware. There is a most curious and wondrous sensation to your being that neither your thoughts nor your flesh can reveal to you. In keeping your attention only upon space, the space around your body, the space between the stars, keeping your attention only on space, no thought, no memory, no anticipation, only space. In space, there will be no thought, and you will begin to experience your being as you are, undistracted and undisturbed by the world or the mind. In that position of an undistracted consciousness, there is a place in space that is all around you and within you. It encompasses, embraces all that is. And as you move into that space, you can begin to explore something other than what the world or thought will offer you. In this place of space, space offers a place to receive ideas, knowledge, wisdom, which you may not necessarily be able to find from the life you currently live in that body and in the thoughts that you currently have. But in this place of space where your attention is not captivated by the flesh or the thoughts of your mind or the memories, in this space, you have available to you other considerations than the ones that limit you to what you believe about your mind. As your awareness gets established in being versus thought and flesh, as you establish your awareness in being rather than thought and flesh, a very different form of being emerges. True thought and thinking can become available to you in the place of which being truly exists. It is in this present moment. It is in this moment with you right now. When you put gently aside the cloak of both mind and body, you will be revealed to yourself. There will be a sensation not of the flesh, not of emotion, but a sensation of your original nature, being. To describe it is not the same as to experience it. And to instruct your mind and instruct your body to be still, to pull your attention away from their distractions. This is what brings peace to you, when you can step out of the distractions of the body, the distractions of thought, the distractions of emotion, the distractions of anticipation. When you pull your attention away from those, you will experience yourself in a very delightful and remarkable way. And the description of it is not the same as the experience of it. But those words might aid some of you in considering, especially if you have a mind that has much negative thinking, or a body that is disturbing or distracting you, then something delightful and remarkable would be preferable to your experience of yourself. But irrespective of your position with your body and mind, the moment you place them into the position where they are not capturing you into their system of sensation and memory, in that place of awareness where you step back from it, you'll begin to know yourself. If I may dare to use the term, your real self, which is quite remarkable. Being transcends personality and flesh. Being transcends suffering. And I would encourage you now, as you hear these words, to not let your mind think, to not let your mind remember, to not let your mind anticipate, for the purpose of restoring yourself to the natural state of being that is who you really are, in the position of consciousness, in the position of being what you are, what is natural for you to be doing, what is natural for you to consider and weigh and measure, what is natural for you to think about, can begin to become available to you. Much of what many of you do is based on only what you already know, and that simply keeps you restricted to experiencing what you already know. But in the place of being outside of that which you know, a whole other realm of knowing becomes available to you. You will know what you do not know. And what you do not know is perhaps how to be happy. And what you do not know perhaps is how to be peaceful. And what you do not know perhaps is how to be happy. And perhaps what you do not know is how to be content. And so you must step out from what you know to what you do not know to experience it. To instruct your mind to be still and quiet. To keep your body still and peaceful. In that place, you begin to experience the revelation of yourself upon yourself. When you place all thought, all memory, all emotion, all distraction aside, you move into being. There is a doing that naturally begins to emerge from being versus remembering. Remembering only allows you to do certain things that are remembered, variations perhaps on them. But remembering only allows you to be so much. When you are divested of your subjectivity to remembering, then Your being has greater liberty to be creative, to engage in new possibilities of living and being than your remembering mind will allow you, as your remembering will only allow you to function in very specific ways. But your being is not restricted to what you remember. Your being is not restricted to sensation. It is aware of them, as I am aware that in this form, this individual has thoughts, has memories, has anticipations, has considerations that are distractful to him. But I am aware of these things. I'm not captivated or lost in them. I'm very aware of who I am. And that occurs when your mind and your body are positioned in that place where they can no longer distract you. Then, from the perspective of being, the mind and body simply become instruments through which your being can articulate itself from the perspective of being rather than the perspective of memory. If you've heard and understood what has been said, if you have felt the intention for peace that has been transmitted, then you will restore yourself. Restore yourself to peace. It is not that difficult to simply instruct your mind and your body to be still, to allow no thought, no memory, no anticipation, to not allow it, to simply say, be still, be still, be still, be still. In the stillness, you are revealed to yourself, and you will be revealed to your divinity. Well, that's the way I like to start a day. Thank you, Master Buddha. I appreciate that. I hope you're feeling even a small fraction of what I'm experiencing right now energetically. And for those of you on TikTok, if you want to hear the full transmission from Master Buddha, you can go to my YouTube channel, and after this video is rendered, it'll be available on under the live section on my YouTube channel, along with hundreds and hundreds of other live channelings that have been done. So I hope you're experiencing and feeling that peace, because his goal today, he stated this morning, was to guide people back to peace and to be able to sustain that irrespective of what is going on with the body or going on with your mind, that nothing disturbs or distracts you from yourself. So sounds and smells and touches and tastes have no ability to distract you into them. Oh, that's a car, that's a lawnmower, that's a bird. None of those things can pull your attention to them. You can be aware of them, you can know what they are, but be undistracted by them. And the same with what he's talking about when he's, and again, I'll be paraphrasing some of this. When he's talking about thoughts in your mind, he mentioned briefly that thoughts and thinking are very different. The thoughts, yes, the thoughts that he was referring to are the thoughts that we hold in our mind from what we've learned, what we've been taught, what we believe, what we anticipate, and that our ability to put those thoughts aside, the same way you can put the distractions of the body aside, to not let thoughts get your attention. And I like his suggestion that we can actually put our attention, instead of putting them on our thoughts or the body, we put our attention on space. The space between the planets, the space between our hands, the space around our body, the space between things, as a mechanism for keeping the mind and body from being distracted. I really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Wonderful way to start the day. Oh, you're very welcome, Dan. Thank you so much for your input. Really appreciate it. Leslie's saying, I'm undisturbed. Thank you. Hi, Louise from England. Good to see you here. Hello, Doctor. Good to see you back here as well. Hello, Blaine. Good to see you. Long time. William, are you able to tap into the position of objects as a last resort? Would you be able to describe the environment my lost wallet was in? The first thing that came to me as you were saying that was something about grasses, like green grasses and trees, like tall grasses. It wasn't short grass. It wasn't short. It was tall grass. That's the first thing that came to my consciousness when I read that question. If I go a little deeper, yeah, I keep getting that it's among green stuff. Leslie saying, I heard Yogananda's blessing last night. Thank you. Oh, that was wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah, Yogananda was in our master class last night. It was getting goosebumps. Thank you, brother. My hair standing on end. He's coming back in again. When you learn to put your attention on the masters, they come to you. You know, they're just not in physical form, but you can certainly, like I just felt Master, but my hair is still standing on end. Master Yogananda, they'll come to you. Your body will feel their energy, just as your loved ones can interact with you too. I feel, and my awareness is constant on the 18 diamond ray. I'm not sure what that means. But good morning, TikTok family. We don't have a lot of people here today, but I hope you did enjoy and indulge in what he was instructing us to do. Be still, be quiet, be peaceful. Help me through a tough conversation with my adult daughter. Thank you. Yeah, those statements, when you talk to your mind, and you teach your mind to be still and quiet, when you teach your body to be undistracted, very different things can happen in your life than what your thinking mind. And by thinking mind, that remembering of thoughts. I'm just asking Master Buddha what he means. What is the distinction between thinking and thought? And he's saying the distinction between thinking and thought is primarily information that we hold on to, that we've acquired from this life and many other lifetimes that we may have had, that are experiences that we've carried forward. Those are all in the form of thoughts, mostly memory. Thinking is the ability to consider and evaluate possibilities outside the realm and restrictions of thought, that you can open up to considerations and possibilities not available to your thoughts, but that are available to you in a place of awareness where you can access information. Well, in the modern term is to access information from the quantum field. Master Jesus would call it, God was called the quantum field for him, right? Where all knowledge, all wisdom, all information. So whether you call it God, energy, or the quantum field, they're basically the same thing. But he's saying that thinking comes from that place where you're not engaged in the finite restrictions of your thought, but you're open to the infinite spectrum of possibilities and ideas. That's pretty cool. I like that. Thu Nguyen is asking, does Master Buddha have an advice for me on what practice methods to follow? For you specifically, the precision of your breath is very important. If you are seeking to get to the more intimate space of being, then the precision of breath is very important to establish a very well-structured mind and body into a very complete stillness. Use the precision of your breath to establish your mind and body into a complete stillness, and then to shift your attention away from them and seek to open up to the infinite divine. He says you'll begin to notice when the mind and body. Can you be more precise about this precision of breath? Yes, he says you want to measure your breath by the effect it establishes in both thought and the body being still and quiet, that your breath should loan itself to being very precise and specific with the objective of getting the mind and body completely still. In that place, you can then begin to venture to the divine. Wow, thank you. Good question. It's a really good question. I'm just scrolling down questions. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining live. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Just scrolling down. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Much love. Thank you so much. Are large green beetles good signs? Keep coming in my house. If I tune into that, if you're looking, yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's a sign you need to keep your doors closed. But also, look at the attributes of the beetle, because everything happens for a reason. What are the attributes of the beetle? It's got a very hard shell. It's very consolidated. It's not all over the place. It's highly focused. It's got a strong exoskeleton, so its insides are well protected and preserved by that. For you specifically, if I ask, what is the meaning of that for her? Yes, you must learn to go within more, be less vulnerable to the influences of the world. You must stop being so easily influenced by the world around you. Yes, very good. I like that. Good morning, Bridget. Glad you made it. You're welcome, Blaine. Dr. TM, I feel my awareness is constant on the 18 diamond ray. Protect my soul and destiny. Thank you. I'm not sure what the conversation is, but it's very fascinating. Scrolling down for more questions. Thank you, William and Master Buddha. You're very welcome. I love his energy. And my experience of it is still limited by my own limitations. I can feel like the depth of the master's energy is like, there are no words to describe it. And he's telling me, don't try to describe it. If you describe it, you lose yourself in the description. But if I just allow myself to experience it, nothing further need be said about it. If you just allow yourself to experience it. Yeah, it's very impactful. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. Will my friend Zamina find a job, or will they have to go back to Oman? Thank you, William. Again, because they're so caught, I'm being told because they're so caught up in trying to find a job, they have to keep looking. Because they're so caught up, I have to find a job, they created energy that they have to keep looking. They need to shift their attention away from the energy of finding a job to the energy of having a job. They have to shift their energy to the feeling of having a job. And every interview, you're not looking for a job, you're going to the job. She's got to shift her energy. Yeah, they have to shift their energy from finding a job to having a job. It'll happen very quickly once they make that shift in energy. When I'm in the meditation zone, I forget I'm breathing. That's a natural thing that happens in meditation. Your body, it becomes less important. The closer you get to who you are, the less important these things of the world are. Doesn't mean you don't respect them and honor them. Those are very important things. But yes, the body, oftentimes in meditation, you'll suddenly realize sometimes it feels like it's not even there. We have a lot of students in our master classes that have been experiencing that phenomena where they can't feel their hands, they can't feel their legs, their body's not there. And the curious ones want to open their eyes and to make sure their hands are there. And of course, the hands are there. When you leave the body, you're not aware of it anymore. That's what meditation is designed to get you out of being trapped by the senses of the body and trapped by the distraction of thoughts and emotions and memories in the mind and the anticipations that come with that, to be divested of that. But that's really wonderful that you can forget your breathing. It's quite delightful. You're wondering then, how long have I not been breathing for? It doesn't matter. Grand rising to you too, beautiful soul. Hi, William. I hope you had an awesome week. Yes, we've had an awesome week. Masterclass 102. We just finished our first week on being in the present moment. And what a week it's been to to learn to be in that place. Jesus talks about it. Buddha talks about it. Yogananda, they all talk about it. Being in the present moment. And even beings today, modern people like Joe Dispenza, we'll talk about it. Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden. Yes. Yeah, I remember Greg when he was just doing short presentations. Let's see. Here we go. So I think we're caught up on TikTok. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I think I got time for one more question. If somebody wants to ask one more question, then we will call it a day here. And I will see you guys on the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. Thank you so much. Thank you for the roses, Kathy. Really, really appreciate it. What happens when the thoughts arise when you're sleeping and wake you up with panic? Okay, what you do when that happens, you turn your attention to the part that panics. Turn your attention to the part that panics and speak these words. You are safe. I am with you at all times. You can do that right now. If you got an emotion that's anxious or nervous or frustrated or depressed or sad, you just turn to that and say, I'm with you. You're safe with me at all times. You can actually speak to your emotions and they'll react and respond to you, but depending upon the way you speak. Most people feel uncomfortable feelings, they get frustrated and upset. I don't like feeling this way, so they increase it, they make it worse. But if you're upset or hurt or feeling sad, and you simply say to it, you're okay, I'm with you, I love you, I'll take care of you. There's all kinds of ways you can learn to communicate towards your emotions and your thoughts to change them, right? But what Master Buddha wanted to lead you to today is how to get out of thoughts, get out of emotion, get out of distraction so you can experience peace again, which is your natural state. Do we have a class for Masterclass 102 today? No, there's a class tomorrow with Desiree. Desiree Nicole Thomas is teaching tomorrow for an hour, I think at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So your itinerary contains all those, Doc. All the itinerary events are on your itinerary. Right? Just click tomorrow's link and you'll take you right to your class at that time. Am I doing the right thing? I'm doing the right thing for me by taking care of dying X that has to go already. Yes, you are. What's important, what you need to do to not prolong their suffering, let them know they will be perfectly safe. Let them know they are perfectly safe. They are not the body. Let them know they are not the body. The body's at a point where it's now ready to cease functioning. The body's impermanent, it's temporary, but let them know that they will not cease to exist. Let them comfort them. Let them know they will be perfectly safe, even though it feels uncomfortable in the body. What they're experiencing is the body going through what the body goes through when it transitions from this type of form back into other elements of the earth. But the soul, their awareness, their personality move on with them, right? You're welcome, doctor. Yeah, people that are transitioning from the body, it's so important you let them know. Oh, who's requesting here? Let's see. I see. Hello there. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Love is.
I really have to tell you, you helped me beyond anything I could ever describe.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm so glad. How did that happen?
Well, I noticed that the energy traveled yesterday. Somebody, hours later after Yogananda's blessing, translated the blessing. So that was a very neat circle of energy that met me last night. I like that very much. I do have a question though.
Ask away.
And I figured, thank you. When we see the gray-eyed, blue-eyed, cold-eyed, whatever they are, what is it that we can say other than I send you love and receive love so that we can stay safe while they are doing whatever?
The statement, only love can enter my space, only love can leave my space, is very powerful.
Only love can enter my space, only love can leave my space.
Yeah. Because they then have to be a frequency of that vibration. You know, words structure energy. When you make a statement like, only love can enter this space, you're referring to your personal space, of course, and only love can leave this space. It means only that frequency can enter or leave the system. It's a very fascinating thing. If you do that when somebody's really upset around you, you go into that thought form, things will change almost immediately. But that's a really great question. You can also directly ask them, I refuse you admission into my life. But only love enters this space, only love leaves this space is the most powerful way of dealing with it.
Oh God, so I can think back to that memory of the two people with those eyes.
Yes.
And say that I do not allow them any more addition into my life.
That's correct.
And where I saw it in my doctor before, I can say to him, he obviously was off his rockers or something like that.
Well, you can just say, I release you from my life with love and grace. You can release
him from my life with love and grace, yep. And anything he did can now
be released as well.
And somehow the energy will be more favorable to me.
Well, it's not somehow. It won't be somehow because you will change the energy. The moment you say, I release this person with love, your energy changes the relationship of energy you have with that individual immediately.
Okay. That release something that my life will require him to do. So I release him from my life in order to allow him to help me with my life.
Well, if you're releasing him with love and grace, then the only way he can interact with you would be through love and grace.
Oh, I release everybody with love and grace then.
Well, and feel how that feels, right? As soon as you did that, it lifts your energy up. I release anything from my life with love and grace that does not serve me. You're very welcome. Thank you so much, Leslie.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, darling. Have a great day, darling.
You too.
I will.
I owe you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, darling. Wonderful. Hello, Desiree. Your timing is perfect. Got a super chat. Thank you so much for that, Desiree. Desiree is asking, does my dad, Eddie, have a message for my brother and I? Yes. Make your love stronger. Make your love stronger. Yes. So he's saying more toward your brother Eddie needs to strengthen his love towards you more. But that's what he wants. He wants you guys to make your love stronger. Make your love stronger. It's so important. He's saying that you two will need each other more than you realize now. You need each other more than you realize now. I don't know why, but I'm hearing this. He gave me this funny sound, boop, boop, beep, doop, to give to you. I don't know what that means from him, but he just gave me that sound to say to you. That's very funny. Yes, there we go. Hello there. A black and white bird with blue eyes diverted me from a car crash in my dream. Any thoughts? Yeah, I'm being told to tell you that the white bird symbolizes clarity of mind and staying closer to love. Clarity of mind and close love. Love is the function that you want to organize your affairs now. The energy of love is what you want to use as the function to organize the affairs in your life. Let love do that. Love is a feeling of complete goodness. Hi, guys. Thank you, William, for teaching of self-healing. I use it, and it really works. Yes, it does. It certainly does. Peace and love to you too, darling. Just scrolling down a few other questions. Well, I thought I was going to answer one or two more questions, but that's clearly not the case. That's a pretty intense window there. Good morning. Thank you for all that you do. Struggling lately with not having family near. Your family is right close to you, Momo. Like, close your eyes and feel their presence. You know, you want to get closer to the divine. Like what Buddha's saying, go inside. Find that place of peace internal to yourself, away from your thoughts, away from your memories, away from your desires, and be in that place. And you will not be missing anything. I promise you won't feel like anything's missing in that place. You won't. Oh, you're welcome, Desiree. Thank you so much. I'm curious, Desiree, what the boop boop be doop means from your father. Laka Jamyang, I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. Lakso Jamyang. May I ask the Lord Buddha has a message for me on the direction of my life now. He says to continue on the path of peace. But he's also saying, in your place of peace, ask for revelation. Ask for revelation. You do not need to know what the word means, but ask for revelation in your place of peace, in your meditation. Ask for revelation. It will not be revelation from memory or thought then. Ask for revelation from your place of peace. Wow, that's really good. I like that. Wow, thank you so much. Yeah. It's a really fascinating thing. I want to just say this because a lot of people, we all deal with our minds and thoughts and memories and anticipations. We got stuff going on in the world all over the place. And when you pull yourself away from all that, and you can pull your attention away from everything of the world, you're going to experience a different being of yourself than the world version of yourself is. And in that place, as Master Buddha just said to this being Lakso, that in that place you can ask for revelation. When you get yourself extracted from the distractions of the world, the distractions of your thoughts and your memories, or the distraction of your anticipations, or the distractions of your body, and you're away from all that, in that place, there's no thought, there's no memory, it's a place of peace. And in that place, you can ask for revelation for your life. I need revelation, I need guidance. That's where you ask for it. Because a lot of people ask for guidance in their mind, and their mind tries to create stuff from what they remember, or what they've read in a book, or some other thing. You can't get something from your mind that's new. Your mind can only give you combinations or variations on the themes of your previous experiences. You have to step outside of the mind. My God, instead of scanning, I'm just giving. Okay, gotcha here. Thank you. Is Nathan near you? Actually, yes, he is. But he's about 10 feet away. He's not really close to you. You can ask him. You can ask his energy to come closer to you. He'll come closer to you. And here you are again, Spirit, speaking through this beautiful soul. Such love. Well, that's wonderful. It takes one to know one, doesn't it? Thank you so much for that. Yes. You do not need to know what the word is for the word to have meaning. And most of the world controllers understand that you don't have to know the meaning of a word for their ideas to influence you. So in that place of peace, ask for revelation. The Spirit knows what that means and what it is for you and what you need. It knows that very clearly. Thank you. Okay, guys, I'm going to wish you much love today. Thank you so much for coming out. I look forward to seeing you guys on the Monday edition of Shortcut Your Soul. We have a beautiful community of people evolving, and I appreciate all of you taking what you can from this and applying it. And I'm going to wish you all much love. And again, I will see you guys on the Monday edition of Shortcut to Your Soul. Bye for now.